Okay, picture this. You're in a kitchen, you're in the kitchen chopping some vegetables, and then you cut your thumb pretty badly. It's spewing blood everywhere, on the counter and the floor. Ew. And then it starts gushing something else as well, light. This is the Illumination. That's the name of the book. It came out last year. It's by Kevin Brockmeyer, and it's also the name of this event where light starts coming out of all of the places where people are in pain. So your thumb that you cut, pain is causing light in everyone all over the world. So the question is whether or not this light is actually illuminating anything. Is it a great big allegory for understanding? Unfortunately, no. It's just light. Simple as that. It doesn't even help anything in the medical world. Sure, in the emergency room you can sort of tell who's hurting the worst based on how much light is coming out, but Brockmeyer leaves the logistics a little ambiguous. What if someone's unconscious? Are they feeling any pain? Are they shedding light? And it doesn't seem like it would help detect any hidden health problems, right? Because the light issues from pain. So before the pain hits, you're just as in the dark as you were before the illumination. But we don't have to dwell on the logistics since Brockmeyer doesn't either. Instead, the focus is more on the possible symbolism of the light. We already ruled out the Great Enlightenment. The Second Coming is also toyed with as an idea, but that's sort of cast off when humanity continues to bumble along like before. There's also a connection between pain and beauty, as a photographer takes pictures of teenagers who are burning themselves with cigarette butts and watching them glow. But actually the most intriguing part about the Illumination to me was the questions that it raises about privacy. I know it seems kind of unrelated, but imagine the president with a toothache, or the cashier at Starbucks with a kind of shiny migraine. It's kind of like constantly overhearing really depressing gossip. Awkward. Speaking of privacy, the 6 separate narrators in the book have another thing in common, other than the light show. One after another, they all land possession of a journal that's full of love notes from a man named Jason to his wife, Patricia. Or rather, in the journal, it's become one really long love note made up of lots of tiny ones. I love your fear of heights and bridges. I love the sound of your voice over the phone when you're trying to hide the fact you're doing a crossword puzzle, etc., etc. Very sweet, very poignant, but aside from Jason, none of these people were ever meant to read this. It's an extremely intimate document that actually has nothing to do with them at all. And the contrast between these lonely, detached protagonists and the intimacy of these love letters is, well, it's kind of heartbreaking. We have this idea of knowledge as empowering and bringing people together. But here, it divides. Knowledge is the opposite of power. It's paralyzing. You don't want to ask the Starbucks cashier about her migraine. But maybe the point is that even though knowledge is paralyzing for the characters in the book, it doesn't have to be in reality. Maybe we could do better. So that was me illuminating the Illumination, and thanks for watching Brave Little Books.